Habits are basically everywhere. Everywhere we go, we see those ads on junk food, on stuff like socials with some promo or something, and it's just so many bad habits that this modern world give us basically. And the really important key is to realize those bad habits and to actually do something with them. That's really important. If you are not into like counterstrike, then it will help you also. So there'll be 5 bad habits and we will reveal each of them. So let's start with the first one, and first one is bad focus. So bad focus, it's a really big problem, and I think a lot of people have it. I also have it, sometimes problem with that. Focus basically most of the times comes from what are you doing like outside, you know, like if you have these like normal line of dopamines, right, or stuff like this, right. It's just basically for focusing. But the most important thing is that there is a lot of people that have, for example, phone next to them, and what they do is that after they basically die in the game, right, in the round, they just grab a phone and scroll on social media or whatever they will do, right? And after you die, let's say, you will go on to freeze time and you basically have no idea how you lose, and you are maybe buying in the last few seconds, you don't have any plan. And that's basically the most important, is to use the time when you're spectating to basically think about what you can do in the next round basically that can like help you, right? So what you can do, what is the most impactful thing. People just distracting themselves, even if they want to focus on the game. There's also like a problem that I have is that I just die and then I alt up and like, I don't know, going on internet and like going on YouTube and just like scrolling through some videos. It's just so, yeah, it's really bad. It fucked up your focus, and you just need to be straight focused onto the game. So yeah, just delete those triggers, try to minimize them if you can, and just get rid of those, right? Second thing is not listening to music, or at least lyrics. So I know this could like shock you, let's say, but listening to no music till 12 p.m. okay? I think this is really important. For example, my day, like 1 year ago, I basically wake up, you know, going to school, so I listen to rap music, right? From morning and after school, and when I playing CS, and the whole day was fuck. It was fuck. I was basically playing song on repeat that someone had some hateful thoughts about it, and no hate to rap, okay? I really like it, rap and the thought behind it. Basically the thing is that the guy that has some problems, he wants to put it in the text, you know, like the hatefulness, and he wants to get rid of it. And you are basically playing it on the repeat every day, like 3 times per day at least, right? It's so just like nonsense. And when I was thinking about it, I was saying, oh my god, what I am doing with Shuri, like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make you cool. Like, if you're just going and you're hearing those hateful things, and it just fucked up your thought process. You also think that your basically life is negative, but it's not. It's only because of those lyrics. And I said lyrics just because most of the times people are listening to rap, or people are listening to some negative stuff. So if you're listening to just like some chill, or you know, some like no harm, if I can tell like this, lyrics, then it's all good. No music till 12 p.m. Then after you can like just play some ambience, or let's say some lyrics without any negative things or something like this, right? But till 12 p.m. why? Just because when you wake up the whole morning basically, you want to feel peace. And if you're playing on repeat some really negative rap music, this will basically kill your day and kill your probably life, right? So don't do it. Okay, so another point that I have right now is basically not being confident enough, or being egoistic, okay? This is quite a long point, but I think this is really important. So basically there's like two things, okay? First is basically lower confidence and second is overconfidence. Lower confidence is basically, yeah, just lower confidence and not being confident enough. And overconfidence could be known as egoism, right? And the really important part is that you need to be in the middle. You need to trust yourself, but you don't want to be egoistic, okay? I'll tell you the reason. So basically, lower confidence and egoism, those opposite things, both are letting other people, other teammates, and even like normal people around you making distance from you, okay? If that makes sense. If you're one of them, if you're lower confident, if you're egoism, this is really bad for your socializing. And as we said how to become a pro, we said that the most important thing is to connect with people. This is so important thing, and you will not be able to connect with people if you're egoistic or if you are lower confident, right? Because those things are just making a people distance from you, okay? This is really important. Also, if you are being egoistic, you might be done learning lessons by some experienced players, right? And even no experience. Like the self-criticism is really important, and self-criticism comes with not being egoistic. If you don't have self-criticism, somebody tells you some mistake and you start to, talking shit about them, then it's your problem and you're egoistic, and you can basically learn from it. So drop your ego away and just being confident but not being egoistic. This is really important. You might be asking how to find a balance, how to basically be on the confident level. So from my experience, I think the best thing what helps me to be there is basically by doing good habits. Because when I'm doing good habits that are basically most of the times hard, right? Having some healthy diet, this is really hard. Going to the gym 3 times per week without exception, this is really hard. Doing consistent meditation, let's say, we will cover up the video on it next time. But basically, those good habits give me a confidence and give me like a balance. Another point that can lead to basically becoming pro or not becoming pro, that is basically deciding those things, is basically not having your goal as a priority, okay? So this is, I think, really important stuff. If you see this graph on the screen, then you can see that you have some like areas basically that you are putting those squares, okay? Let's say you have a normal day and you have 5 squares in the day, and you need to place them correctly, okay? So basically, let's say first is school/work, okay? You are putting in, let's say, 3 squares per day, right? Then you have, let's say, going outside with the friends, partying, whatever, right? You've given like 1 square, let's say. And then you have your goal. How many squares per day are you basically giving to the goal? Is it 1? Because if we are on this graph, it is 1, right? The most important thing, if you think like that, is that you need to give as many squares as possible to your goal. I also like this quote that basically talks about that balance means mediocrity. Because a lot of people in these days just telling you need to have balance. Everyone, for example, everyone telling me that you need to have a balance. But if you have a balance, it's just mediocrity, right? You need to basically have imbalance, because all those players that you see that just have imbalance in their life, they just put every squares every day, every squares to their one thing to become the best one in the entire thing, right? And you might be wondering, okay, but I want to go outside with friends and I need to go to work/school, right? I just need to go there, right? So I need to put those squares to the other side. I would say one thing, I don't care, okay? I just don't care. It's up to you what you decide is the best. But if you wanna do something special, if you wanna become something, then you need to risk it. You need to have an imbalance in your life. That's really important. So, for example, me, I have sometimes 5 squares per day on one priority. Sometimes, right? It's just up to you how you manage it to change those things, and it's really up to you. Everyone has their own cards and they need to think what for them is the best option to place them somewhere, right? Someone has bad cards, someone has good cards. It's just, up to everyone basically. And the last point that you need to avoid as a bad habit is not changing your settings. I also basically tell it in some other video that I made, but I think I need to tell it once more again, because I see so many people asking for view model, asking for crosshair, asking for sensitivity, asking for resolution, right, and stuff like this. It's just so many things. So when you copy sideways settings, will you play better? No, definitely not. Sideways settings aren't some insane, they're so default, right? Simple settings, also really default. So the main thing is that if you are the player that basically changing, just give yourself 2 hours or maybe less, depends on you, and try to figure out your stable settings, okay? Figure out your sensitivity, figure out your resolution and stuff like this, and stick to it. The only exceptions is crosshair. Let me know if I didn't mention some other bad habits that you probably have. You can mention it in comments down below, or also in comments down below let me know how you like those new editing styles, videos and stuff like this. I'll be really happy if you follow my socials, really happy if you show me some support, and see you next video. Bye.